Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon for the latest film interviews, features, and recommendations on the movies that matter. Katrina Kaif, so good to see you, Katrina. Always looking lovely. I feel like lockdown is suiting you quite well.
Yeah, well, I think like everybody, I'm just doing the best that I can. It's been a pretty surreal time. I think that's the way. Like some days you wake up and you feel that, you know, you're very peaceful and calm about it, and other days you wake up and you're like, is this really what's going on in the world? And it just seems like unbelievable.
You were also sort of caught off guard in a sense, weren't you? Because weren't you just getting into promoting Sooryavanshi?
Yeah, we were like, we were like right, you know, on that with your, you know, in that position to take off for the sprint. Right. And you know, we did the trailer launch, which was fantastic, and got a superb response. And then this whole thing just kind of, you know, snowballed, and everything just kind of shut down. So yeah, that was unexpected for sure.
Does that create a sort of anxiety, Katrina, when there was something that, you know, that was right there? You was so close to the finish line. A film that you all worked very hard on, a film that everyone was really excited about and looking forward to. You know, it's this whole cop universe that Rohit Shetty's created. You know, you're the new entrant in that world, Akshay, and you are the new entrants in that world. And then suddenly you have to sort of, you know, press the pause button. Did it take a little bit of? I mean, were you anxious the first couple of days? I mean, did it?
I mean, I think it came as a big shock to everyone. I mean, I can only imagine, you know, there was the incredible, you know, pressure that the whole industry is feeling at this time. I think, you know, because a film which is ready for release and then not being able to release in the cinemas, it's I can only imagine the stress that all the producers and, you know, production houses are going through right now. Of course, I think we were all yeah, I think it definitely disappointed, is fair to say, because we were really excited about the film. Everyone was really excited about the film, and it was like just around the corner. So definitely that is there. But I think it's an amazing film, and whenever it comes, I think it's gonna be fantastic.
You know, the makers, of course, have said that we're not going to do anything but release it in the theaters. So we're going to wait till that happens. Around you, of course, I'm guessing you're watching other producers, you know, go down the OTT route, releasing their films. I mean, do you have a view on this? I mean, would you have been very disappointed if your film went straight to streaming?
You know, I really genuinely feel that this is a call that each producer who's the responsible for the film, and the film is like a baby for a producer. They know best what to do with it, and they're doing what feels right for them. And each person may have a different reason. Each person may have a different logic on it. But I think that's a completely individual choice to each producer. And I know, like, you know, I've been talking to many friends of mine, and there are varying opinions and there are varying you know, emotions about this. And I think it's for everyone to adjust and kind of, even if some of us are undecided, or even if you're undecided about, you know, what's kind of unfolding and the changes that are happening, I think the best thing to do is to just kind of observe. Yeah. And I know that's what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm just trying to kind of observe what's happening and not rush and jump to make any opinions or any statements on anything, and just kind of see what is happening. And that I think this is a time where we really have to let things play out. You know, I think we're very used to kind of keeping control and knowing what's our next move and knowing what's going to happen next. But this is a time where we don't really know. There's a lot of uncertainties. There's a lot of question marks which are there around so many things right now. And I think that we just have to kind of become a little comfortable with the uncertainty right now, and observe, you know. And I think the answers and the way forward will present itself. It will present itself slowly. You know, we're going to know how the situation is moving and what are the right things to do.
Right. That's the work front. Now, you are home alone with your sister, Isabelle. It's just the two of you.
Yeah.
We've seen some of the videos, we've seen some of the pictures on Instagram. You've been chopping, you've been making the occasional pancake. You know, there have been these little moments from the kitchen. But I have to ask, why are those videos silent? There's no sound. Is there a reason behind it? I feel like, are you guys constantly kind of, you know, grumbling at your cooking? Are you all bickering? Is that
Oh,
why
no,
this?
no, the first video I did, the first two videos
That's right.
I did had sound. So
Right.
so for the first few days I was really excited about doing the cleaning. It was new and it was novel, okay? But
I like
yeah,
how you said, I have to say, when you began with the dishes, I like how you said this is a sort of refresher course for those who may have forgotten.
it really was, because I was like, I went into the kitchen with full bravado, like, I got this, whatever. And just for a second, it wasn't obviously I figured it out, but for a second I was like, 1 second. Do you like wash each dish like individually? But then that's gonna waste an awful lot of water. So I was like, no, I think me and Izzy had a discussion about it. So I think you put everything in the water first, and then do it, then take it out, and then change the water. So there was a process to it. I had to remind myself. I had to take a minute and give myself a minute to remind myself how it's done. But the first few days, I must say, I went into it with a lot of excitement, and it was a new thing. Of course, now that excitement has definitely worn off. But it's
but you're still doing it, yeah? But you guys are still doing it.
Absolutely, yeah. I think every now and then I get into this kind of sharing mode, and I think a few days back I had done a story about the different type of brooms, because there was this whole kind of discussion in the house about which broom works well for a wooden floor, and so we were kind of seeing all the options that we had at home. But those videos had sound, and then I think it was only the cooking one.
Yeah.
I think didn't have sound. I don't remember why. It was just short. But no, we sorted it out. That day was a confusing day because we could not kind of figure out whether we had followed a recipe, and whether it was kind of like a dosa, or whether it was a pancake, or whether it was a pancake dosa. So that day was a little bit, it was a confusing moment.
But so now, have you discovered, what are your skills? Are you better in the cleaning department or in the cooking department?
Oh no, I'm better in the cleaning department, the house cleaning department. Yeah. And Isabelle is a fantastic cook. So we have like once a week where she'll kind of cook up something which is like a special dish. And every time I'm eating it, so what I do is I said, it all starts as, we are gonna cook something. Why don't we cook something this Sunday? Why don't we make this, say a carrot bread this Sunday? And it kind of ends up with we going to the kitchen, and then me standing on the side like this, and Izzy doing the cooking. Because she's really good at it, and she makes.
But you do help with the chopping. I saw you were helping with the chopping the other day.
I do. Thank you for giving me credit where credit is due. I do help with the chopping, but I must admit the creativity part of it is not. I'm not high up on the charts there. Like she's really good. Like when she gives it to me, I'm like, this is like as good as what we get in like those health food cafes, in Bandra, all the healthy ones to open, and it really is. Like I'm so impressed. Like I've discovered lots of new things about Isabelle. I've discovered that, and the fact that she's super fit.
But talking of fit, what you have been doing is you've been doing those videos with your friend and trainer Yasmin, where you've got, I think you do it in your terrace or in your balcony. I mean, it's you've been sort of showing us how you work out, and you're hopefully inspiring a lot of people. I'm yet to be inspired enough to try it, but I constantly look at those videos and go, I have to someday. But it's amazing. I mean, that's one thing that's on the schedule, yeah.
So one video me and Yasmin did before the lockdown was announced. So that was just a few days before, and that was a really fun video that we did, and that was something that Yasmin I've been training with her for a long time now, and she's constantly learning and evolving her training, and changing it up, making it new. So that was something really fun. Then of course, now that we've been separate, it took me a while to adjust also, because first I was you get these mental blocks. Like I was like, okay, no, I don't know what to do. Like for a minute, you take a beat, and you feel like you don't know what to do. You have to settle into it. I think it's really important during this time that everyone does what they feel is making them comfortable and making them feel good. Like I think we just need to not be too strict or too hard on ourselves. Exercise for me makes me feel really good. It releases those happy hormones, and I feel good. Like I just feel like it's also a break in my day. Otherwise the day is kind of just going at one flat pace. You get your blood pumping, you get your heart racing, and it makes me feel amazing. And the first few days, as I said, it took me a minute to figure out what do I do at home, and you're not in your familiar space, but there's so much stuff you can do. There's so much stuff, and let me tell you, anywhere you look now, people are doing exercise videos. So, you know, there's a plethora of videos out there for you to follow, whether it's yoga you like, whether it's a Pilates mat circuit you like, whether it's just a bit of functional, whether it's just some skip ropes and some, you know, cardio, you know, circuit you want to do. You can do it all at home now, and there's fantastic videos out there. So I mean, that's been really good. That's been good, and that's been surprising for me, because I didn't think I would be able to kind of get into the groove of working out at home.
You know, I want to ask you, when you're in lockdown, when you're in quarantine, when you're in sort of self-isolation with another person, and here it's your sister, you know, either when you're spending 24/7 with one person, it can either bring you much closer, or it can drive you to, you know, you're tearing each other's hair out. What is it in this case? I mean, I know you're a sibling, so it probably is not the first time.
At the table, I'm touching wood, because no, it's been fantastic. It's been amazing. But again, touching wood, we've always been like that. I don't think I mean, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to, like, you know.
Jinx it. Yeah.
We've always had a great time. Like, we've always had a great time, and we've always been in sync with each other, I think is the way to do it. I mean, for me to explain it. You know, she's an avid watcher of shows and movies, so she updates me with what's good on that. Some stuff we watch together. You know, she's been doing some online courses. I've been doing some online courses. We clean, of course, we have our rhythm of you know, doing the house cleaning. We work out together. So that's also good, because there are like some days where if I didn't have that person beside me, I would have just not done it. So it's been good. And then, you know, she has her some courses she does. I've been reading my scripts in the time, and you know, kind of trying to do that whole, you know, take care of that whole whatever work I have.
I was gonna say, you know, you haven't signed anything new, so have you found something that's calling out to you when this is over? Have you found what you're gonna do next? Even if you don't tell me what, will you say something?
Yeah, I have. So okay. I think I said it. I think my team actually said it a few weeks back, where I kind of said that, you know, I just feel it's what I feel in my heart, that now is not the time for announcements. Like, I think there are more pressing matters in the world, and I really feel that this is kind of, at least personally for me, for what I'm doing right now, is just observing. It's a moment to pause and observe, not a moment to kind of show how things are moving and turning, and the wheels at work are spinning. So I'm kind of doing that, and I feel that like when the time is right, you know, we'll all know it, and then things will pick back up, and the pace will pick back up. So I'm waiting for that time. Like, now I don't feel it's a time to talk about it, but yeah, no, I'm excited about the way forward with the projects that I have coming up. I'm excited about it.
Now, you have a beauty line, K Beauty. I know that you've been, it feels like, because every time I log on to Instagram, it feels like that's the only other thing that gives you a lot of joy and that you're spending a lot of time on, aren't you? You're making sure the Instagram page is active. You're making sure you're talking about it. You're engaging with with those that, with your customers, with fans. That's a pet project. I mean, you really look very actively into that.
So, you know, K Beauty, which is the company which I launched, it's not even been a year. It's September last year. That's really like my baby. It's a passion for me. It wasn't a box I wanted to tick. It was something which came from my heart. It was something I wanted to say to women. It was something I wanted to say about makeup, and it's a genuine conversation. It's a genuine connect I have with that company, and what my vision is for it in my heart. So when, obviously, this is a fairly early time on for it to come for us, you know. And we all kind of got on the phone. I spoke to my incredible partners at Nykaa, Falguni, Veena, the entire team at K, and we were like, okay, so, you know, what do we feel is the way forward during this time? Because we knew that there was not going to be any deliveries. Your warehouses are shut. That was on pause. It now has opened up again, so that's fantastic. But it was on pause for some time. And what is the way that we want everyone to know that we're still here? You know, we haven't just disappeared. It's not that we're just in it for one aspect. We wanted to be a help at this time. We wanted to have something to say at this time. So everything that we have been doing on the page, and everything that has been coming on the page, has been very genuine. Like, it's something which I felt personally, or one of the girls in the team felt personally, that would help people at this time. So whether we had a conversation with a dietitian on ways you can boost your immunity, one of, you know, the leading dietitians who came and did an amazing piece for us, whether we had a fun piece from Anita Shroff, who's an amazing stylist, of how we can, you know, just keep our spirits up by doing some interesting, you know, work from home looks, and, you know, not like kind of let yourself get too, you know, too much into the kind of comfort clothes, and just, you know, ways you can pick yourself up a bit in the week. We did a really fun piece with a wellness expert who was talking about mental well-being during this time. We did a piece with somebody who was talking about you know, DIY hair and skin tips during this time. So it was genuine information that we all thought would be helpful, and that's what we've been working on. It has been tough and interesting to shoot because we can't shoot anything, like we can't physically get out there. So it's literally like, you know, people doing the videos at home and then us editing it together and, you know, packaging it, making it interesting. But it's been really nice to see the way the response that we've had, and the way people have responded to what we've done, and also how many people have come and just so generously, you know, come together with us and worked on putting together some interesting things for the K-beauty audience.
Right. You know, you said, of course, that you were watching a lot of stuff. I feel like all of us have a little extra time to catch up on all of what one wanted to. What are some recommendations? What are you going to recommend that you watched that you enjoyed?
You know, I have to be honest. I'm nowhere near, like, if this is the level where everyone seems at of watching stuff, right. I'm here. I have to be honest. Like, I'm not that.
Sure.
I don't have that speed. Like, it's rare. But I'll tell you one thing I did love, which I saw the other day, was a film, a Tom Hanks film called A Lovely Day in the Neighborhood, or A Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood.
Mr. Rogers, yeah.
Yeah, I loved that film. I thought it was just such an amazing film also for this time. It just gave me so much joy in my heart. The other thing which I'm loving, which I'm watching is Father. The TV series Father. Oh my goodness, it's such an incredible show. You know, you find yourself screaming at the TV. It's like, it gets you so involved. So that's kind of where I'm at. Hollywood, you know, was recommended to me to watch also the show, which I have yet to watch. So, you're gonna find people who are far ahead of me in the watching.
But I hear you, because, you know, I mean, it's my job, and I find that I'm not able to watch as much. It's not like the whole day is free. You know, you want to tell people, it's not like all your time is free and you can. I mean, I hear you completely, and I see the videos, so I know you're working at home. It's not like you've got your feet up and you know, you're being served. But you said there's some online courses you're taking. What is it? Music? What is it?
So no, there were a few courses I was taking. One was actually it was a course from Masterclass Anna Wintour, who was kind of teaching about cultivating a business, which I thought was useful because, you know, this is my kind of first venture into the business world. And there's a few things I've been reading a lot. I've been revisiting some old books. I've been doing reading course.
What are you recommending?
So the book, which, I mean, you have to really be interested in those kind of topics. There's a book recently which I've started reading called Radical Acceptance, which is it's an interesting book, you know, and I feel that this is a time where a lot of people are kind of like slowing down a bit, and this is a time you can kind of imbibe this kind of information, whereas normally in our life, the speed at which life goes, I don't know whether we could do that. But the other thing I'm doing, which is interesting, is a breathing course, the online breathing course. And that's been something which I've really been enjoying, because, I mean, I think we all know how incredibly powerful yoga is, and yoga and breathing, and what, you know, how that can synchronize your body, and also incredible for your immunity and for your health. So that's something which I've really been enjoying. Like, it's kind of interesting that I feel that you just kind of chance upon the interesting things, and you chance upon the things that that kind of, you see it and you're like, oh, I think I'd like to do that, you know? Like, I just kind of chanced upon it.
Finally, Katrina, do you know that whenever lockdown ends, whenever we can go out into the world, whatever world that's going to be, it's going to be a new world in some sense. What are you missing the most? What are you looking forward to doing the most, perhaps?
Friends. Yeah, I think you miss your friends, of course work, and of course, you know, being back on film set. I think we're all going to appreciate it so much more, and being surrounded by people, and not being conscious, or not being afraid that, you know, you have to, you know, stay away, or that you might catch something. I think that's something none of us are going to take for granted in a hurry again. And I think friends. I think just you know, chilling with your friends and spending time together, and that I think that's what everyone's missing.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, stay safe, stay healthy, stay indoors. Hopefully, this won't be much longer. Hopefully, we'll find a new way to sort of adapt and be sort of cautious and still,
Yeah.
be able to go back to some of the pleasures that we used to have. But thank you, Katrina. Always, I have to say, every time I chat with you, I feel really enthused. I feel like you're full of positive energy. So thank you. Always lovely chatting with you. And hopefully the next time we meet, whenever, we'll be face to face. We'll meet in person like we used to. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so much. You stay
Thank you,
safe as
Katrina.
well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Bye-bye.